Have you ever been jolted awake in the dead of night, your teeth clenched against the searing pain of a leg cramp? Or perhaps you've been walking through the grocery store when, without warning, your calf seizes up, tight as a fist. It's a frightening, frustrating experience that can make you feel as if your own body is betraying you. Now, consider this. More than 60% of adults over the age of 60 report these muscle cramps at least once a week. This isn't just a minor discomfort. It's a sudden, sharp pain that can stop you in your tracks. And that says nothing of the sleepless nights or the quiet anxiety that follows, always wondering when the next one will strike. Does any of this sound familiar? Well, what if I told you there could be a hidden reason for those cramps, for the weakness in your muscles, or for that strange tingling in your toes? And no, it isn't simply the unavoidable process of getting older. Sometimes the cause is as simple as a few missing nutrients in your daily life. In this video, we're going to open a door to an area of muscle health that is seldom discussed. I'm not here to bombard you with complex medical jargon or to suggest you start running marathons. I simply want to have a real conversation about the key vitamins and minerals that might be the missing pieces in your body's puzzle. The pieces that can help fight off cramps, weakness, and that nagging feeling that something is just off. So, stay with me. By the end of our time together, you may discover a small change that could make a world of difference. And before we dive in, do me a small favor. Type a 1 in the comments if you've experienced cramps recently, or a 0 if you haven't. And please, hit that subscribe button to join our community here at Health 365, your safe space for health, healing, and feeling human again. Let's begin with a small mineral that packs a mighty punch. Magnesium, the unsung hero I like to call the cramp stopper. If you've ever had a muscle cramp seize you out of nowhere, there's a good chance your body was waving a little red flag, signaling a need for magnesium. You see, magnesium isn't just another bottle on the pharmacy shelf. It plays a direct role in helping your muscles relax after they contract. When your levels are low, your muscles can get stuck in that tight, constricted state. It's like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on, painful and utterly frustrating. As we age, our ability to absorb magnesium from food naturally declines. At the same time, common medications like diuretics or acid blockers can flush it right out of our system. A study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults with low magnesium levels were significantly more likely to report frequent nighttime leg cramps. That isn't a coincidence. It's science connecting the dots. I remember my neighbor, Linda. She's 72, sharp as a tack, but she used to suffer from nightly cramps that would leave her in tears. Once her doctor suggested adding a magnesium supplement to her routine. Within weeks, she started sleeping through the night again, no more waking up in agony at 3 in the morning. So, what can you do? Try adding more magnesium-rich foods to your meals, like spinach, almonds, and black beans. Or talk to your doctor about a supplement, especially if you're on medications that might deplete it. Now, if magnesium is the muscle relaxer, just wait until you hear about the vitamin that flips the on switch for your muscles. Vitamin D, the muscle activator. While most people know it as the sunshine vitamin for strong bones, few realize how vital it is for keeping muscles working smoothly, especially as we get older. Vitamin D plays a critical role in helping your muscles contract properly and absorb calcium efficiently. Without enough of it, your muscles can feel weak, sluggish, or even shaky. In fact, low vitamin D levels are directly linked to decreased muscle strength and an increased risk of falls in older adults. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism revealed that seniors with adequate vitamin D levels performed better on balance and strength tests than those who were deficient. My Uncle Joe, who's 68, used to avoid walking outside because he felt his legs weren't steady anymore. His doctor tested his vitamin D, and it turned out to be severely low. After a few months of a daily supplement and making an effort to get a little sunshine each morning, Joe's strength returned, and so did his confidence. If you're not getting at least 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight a day, or if you live in a less sunny climate, your vitamin D levels might be low too. You can also find it in foods like fortified milk, egg yolks, and salmon. But for many seniors, a supplement is often the simplest way to keep your muscles powered up. Now that you know how to activate your muscles, let's talk about protecting the nerves that control them before they start to misfire. You might not think much about your nerves until something feels off. Maybe it's a numbness in your toes, a strange tingling in your legs, or a sudden loss of balance that makes you feel unsure on your feet. That could be your body's way of saying, "Hey, I'm low on B12. Vitamin B12 is essential for maintaining the health of your motor nerves, the ones that tell your muscles how and when to move. Without enough of it, those nerve signals can get scrambled, delayed, or even blocked, leading to muscle weakness, strange sensations, or unsteadiness. Research published in the journal Neurology showed that older adults with low B12 had a much higher risk of nerve damage, particularly in their legs and feet. And here's the catch. B12 deficiency is incredibly common in seniors because as we age, our stomachs produce less of the acid needed to absorb it from food. My Aunt Marlene, who is 75, used to say her legs felt like they were made of jelly. She assumed it was just old age, but her blood work revealed a significant B12 deficiency. After a course of B12 injections, followed by regular oral supplements, her balance improved and the tingling sensation faded away. You can find B12 in foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. But for many older adults, a supplement, often a chewable tablet or a spray, is easier for the body to absorb. Now, if nerves are the messengers, what keeps those messages flowing smoothly through your muscles? Let's talk about a mineral that helps your muscles. Exhale. This little powerhouse is crucial for keeping your muscles calm and steady, especially after they've been hard at work. It's potassium. Potassium helps balance the electrical signals that trigger muscle contractions. Without enough of it, those signals can go haywire, leading to twitching, spasms, or painful cramps. You might be thinking, I eat bananas, I should be fine, right? But the truth is, our potassium levels can drop as we age due to medications like blood pressure pills or even from mild dehydration. And if you're not replenishing what you lose, your muscles may start to protest. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 with low potassium were more prone to frequent muscle cramps and fatigue, even when they thought they were eating a healthy diet. Take my friend Harold, for example. He's 70 and used to get terrible leg cramps every time he worked in his garden. A simple blood test revealed his potassium was low. His doctor suggested adding more potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes, spinach, and avocados to his diet. Within a couple of weeks, the cramps eased up, and he was back in the dirt, happy as ever. So if you're on medications that flush out potassium, or if you sweat a lot, don't just rely on bananas. There's a whole world of potassium-rich foods and supplements with your doctor's approval that can help calm your muscles. And while potassium helps muscles let go, there's one nutrient that gives them the solid foundation to move in the first place. Let's talk about the mineral that makes our framework strong. Calcium, the bone builder. Most people know that calcium keeps bones strong, but many don't realize how critical it is for muscles, too. Without enough calcium, your muscles simply cannot contract properly. And when they can't work right, that's when stiffness, weakness, and spasms can creep in. Calcium acts like a messenger between your brain and your muscles, telling them when to move and when to relax. Low levels can lead to unpredictable muscle behavior, sometimes even mimicking nerve issues. And here's the catch. As we age, our bones become less efficient at storing and releasing calcium when we need it most. In fact, a report from the National Institutes of Health highlights that nearly half of adults over 50 don't get enough calcium. This puts them at risk not just for fractures, but for declining muscle function as well. My cousin Marie, who is 67, found herself struggling to carry laundry up the stairs, not because she was out of shape, but because her muscles just couldn't keep up. Her doctor discovered she wasn't getting enough calcium. With a mix of dietary changes, like adding low-fat yogurt and leafy greens, and a calcium supplement, she was back to handling her chores without that constant, dull ache in her legs. So if you're skipping dairy or not eating many greens, it might be time to rethink your calcium intake. And remember, your body absorbs calcium best when you also have enough vitamin D in your system. Speaking of keeping your muscles in balance, let's explore a vitamin that acts like a traffic controller, guiding your muscle movements smoothly, especially when things get a little twitchy. I'm talking about vitamin B6, which I call the muscle function regulator. Think of it as the quiet conductor behind the scenes, making sure your muscles respond at just the right time, in just the right way. When your levels are low, the signals between your brain and muscles can get a bit scrambled, leading to those light cramps, twitches, or a general feeling that your muscles are just off. Vitamin B6 plays a key role in producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that carry signals between your nerves and muscles. Without enough B6, it's like trying to make a phone call with a bad connection. You might still hear something, but the signal is broken, delayed, or fuzzy. A study in the Archives of Internal Medicine showed that older adults with low B6 levels were more likely to report symptoms like tingling and mild muscle discomfort. Things many people just chalk up to getting older, when really their body might be asking for help. I remember chatting with Mrs. Patty, 74, at our local community center. She mentioned how her hands felt stiff, and her legs cramped up whenever she sat for too long. Her doctor later found a B6 deficiency, likely from years of taking medications that interfered with its absorption. Once she added a small B6 supplement and included more chicken, bananas, and fortified cereals in her diet. Those mystery symptoms began to fade. It's a small shift, but it can make a real difference. If your muscles feel like they're sending mixed signals, don't ignore them. Now, while B6 helps with coordination, what about boosting the flow that keeps those muscles nourished and recovering faster? Let's talk about the vitamin that helps your blood keep things moving. You might be surprised to hear that poor circulation is one of the silent culprits behind muscle fatigue and slow recovery. And vitamin E plays a key role in keeping your blood flowing smoothly, especially to your legs and feet, where cramps and soreness love to linger. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant shield, protecting your blood vessels and helping them stay flexible. That flexibility means better blood flow, which means more oxygen and nutrients getting to your muscles exactly when they need them, both during movement and while they recover. Without it, your muscles might not get enough fuel, even during something as simple as walking to the mailbox. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with higher vitamin E levels had significantly better leg circulation and muscle recovery after exercise. That means less soreness, less stiffness, and more freedom to move without your body fighting back. My neighbor George, 69, used to complain that after even short walks, his legs would feel heavy for hours. His doctor found his vitamin E intake was practically non-existent. After incorporating more nuts, seeds, and a small supplement into his routine, he started noticing his legs felt lighter and less tense, even after a full morning of yard work. And now that we've covered circulation, let's switch gears to a vitamin that keeps your nerves energized and steady before that sluggish feeling sets in. This is vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, or as I like to call it, the nerve energizer. This one doesn't get nearly enough of the spotlight, but when it's missing, your muscles and nerves can feel like they're constantly running on an empty battery. Vitamin B1 helps your body convert food into energy, especially for your muscles and nervous system. When you don't have enough, your nerves can start firing more slowly, and your muscles might feel weaker, even if you haven't done anything to tire them out. It's like your body is plugged into a faulty outlet. A study in the Journal of Neurological Sciences found that thiamine deficiency in older adults was linked to mild muscle weakness and slower reflexes, symptoms that are often misdiagnosed or brushed off as just part of aging. But sometimes, it isn't about age. It's about what's missing. My friend Dolores, 76, used to say she felt foggy and her legs felt tired, especially in the afternoon. Her doctor found a B1 deficiency, likely tied to her diet and years of managing diabetes. After she started taking a low-dose thiamine supplement and switching to whole grains, she said it felt like someone had finally turned the lights back on in her body. If your muscles feel lazy, or your nerves seem to be lagging behind, ask your doctor about your vitamin B1 levels. It's a small vitamin with a big impact on your day-to-day energy. Now that we've recharged your nerves, what about the part of your body that holds everything together? Let's talk about joints, tendons, and the vitamin that helps them bounce back. When most people think of vitamin C, they picture fighting off a cold. But it has another powerful role, especially for your joints, tendons, and connective tissues. If your knees creak, your hips feel stiff, or your muscles seem slower to heal after activity, this little vitamin could be your silent partner in recovery. Vitamin C is crucial for producing collagen, the protein that acts like the glue holding your muscles, ligaments, and joints together. Without enough of it, your body struggles to repair the tiny tears in these tissues, which leads to soreness that sticks around far longer than it should. According to research in the International Journal of Sports Nutrition, older adults who supplemented with vitamin C and collagen saw improvements in joint function and post-exercise recovery. That means less time feeling sore and more time doing what you love. Take Mr. Benson from my walking group. He's 73 and used to need a full day to recover after a long walk. His physical therapist suggested a vitamin C boost. He started adding more oranges and bell peppers to his diet, along with a small supplement. Within weeks, he said his knees felt less cranky, and he could walk every morning without worrying about stiffness holding him back. So if your joints seem to creak louder than the floorboards, give your body the building blocks it needs to repair itself. Vitamin C won't make you 25 again, but it just might help you move as if you're 10 years younger. Now, let's close with one final nutrient that recharges your cells from deep within, the one that powers every single muscle movement you make. It's CoQ10, the cellular recharger. This nutrient might sound like something out of a science lab, but your body actually makes it naturally. CoQ10 lives inside your cells and is a major player in producing energy, especially for your muscles and heart. Think of it as the spark plug that keeps your engine running. Without it, your cells can't power up properly, and everything from simple movement to recovery starts to feel harder. Now, here's the tricky part. As we get older, our natural CoQ10 levels begin to decline. And if you're taking certain medications, especially statins for cholesterol, your levels can drop even faster. This can lead to fatigue, muscle weakness, and a frustrating lack of stamina, even if you're eating well and staying active. A study in the journal Biofactors found that older adults supplementing with CoQ10 experienced better energy levels and reduced muscle fatigue, particularly those on statins. It's not a miracle cure, but it's a powerful ally if you feel like your body just isn't keeping up the way it used to. I remember Mr. Klein, a 71-year-old retired firefighter, telling me how drained he felt after even a short walk. His doctor recommended a low-dose CoQ10 supplement, especially since he was on cholesterol medication. A few weeks later, he told me it felt like someone had flipped a switch and given him some of his old spark back. If your tank feels empty even after a good night's rest, talk to your doctor about CoQ10. It might be the last missing piece your body has been quietly asking for. And now that we've walked through the nutrients that support every part of muscle function, from nerves to energy to repair, are you ready to bring it all together? So here we are, my friend. We've journeyed through muscles, nerves, bones, and blood, each piece playing a quiet but powerful role in how you move, rest, and feel every single day. It isn't just about age. It's about giving your body the right tools to thrive, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Perhaps you saw a piece of yourself in these stories, in the midnight cramps, the tired legs, or that nagging stiffness after a walk. And maybe now, you're starting to see that small changes, a few extra nutrients, a little sunlight, a simple supplement, can make a world of difference. Aging doesn't have to mean giving up the things you love. It simply means listening more closely to what your body needs and giving it that little extra care. If something today made you pause and think, I hope you'll take that next small step. Talk to your doctor. Look at your diet. Ask questions. And most of all, don't go through it alone. Drop a 1 in the comments if you feel like your body has been trying to tell you something lately, or a 0 if you're feeling strong and steady. And if this video helped you, please subscribe to Health 365 so we can keep walking this path together. You deserve to move freely, sleep deeply, and feel fully alive every single day. Let's keep making that possible, one step at a time.